Hello everyone and welcome back to the One Stop Co-op Shop. This is Colin and today we're going to do the next scene in God of War. I talked to my really good friend Terrence and I told him which scenario I did and he goes, Colin, if we had just played that scenario, would you have picked up God of War? And I was like, probably not. So I decided, you know what? If you guys want to continue watching, you certainly can, and it can help you decide if you want the game or not. I want to show you guys at least another scene, and if I'm going to do that and I win it, I might as well go and try a boss. So this might be the last video, or if we end up winning, we'll go to the boss. We'll see. So because we won our first scenario, we get to decide between these two which one we want to go to. Now, as I mentioned during the demo, we went to the Grendels, so just because I want to see something different, I'm going to go to the Travelers. So what we'll do is we'll flip this over, and we'll have this hindrance happen, and then we'll understand the story from this card. Men from distant lands, wandering the world for knowledge and power, the norms predict a fearsome battle ahead. Winning condition, defeat both travelers on spots 1 and 3 on the bottom. Now, because we didn't deal with the Grendels of Ashes and Frost, leaving the secrets of the Black Rune behind turns the path arduous and unpredictable, as it hides great knowledge within. Before the first round, each player shuffles one stun card into our deck. So that is one of these status cards. So when you draw this card, immediately discard it. I will be putting that into every player's deck. Now I'm showing you the rulebook because I want to make sure that you understand where I'm coming from. I am not going to change our decks. I'm going to keep them the way they are from the upgrades of the first scene, because it says when a quest winning conditions are met, discard all scene cards in play, remove all damage from heroes including knocked down heroes, and remove all stun, poison, and shatter crystal cards from the hero's deck. Return all heroes' rage trackers back to the 0 slot in their dashboards. It does not say anything about taking out your upgrade cards, so I believe that you get to keep your upgraded cards. But if I'm wrong, please let me know, and of course that would totally change this game, because we now have upgraded decks. But I think that makes sense, right? You're basically going to be playing these three scenes together. You're going to get more powerful, but you're also going to have more hindrances. The other thing I want to mention that I played wrong in the last playthrough is this flip condition. So you can see these flip conditions have the melee and ranged symbols. I thought that meant that when the enemy was attacked with that type of an attack, they would get flipped. It's actually when the enemy attacks with those symbols, at least that's what I think this is saying, when the enemies attack with those symbols, we flip the card. And so that's something that I'll play correctly in this playthrough. But sorry, actually it made the game harder in the other one, so it's fine. But this time it's very vital that I do that, I think. Here we have scene number 1. God, I just love this art, you guys. I mean, it reminds me of Time Stories, but it looks way cooler. I mean, Time Stories is cool, don't get me wrong. But this, oh my gosh. So there's different things on each card. Let's walk through them quick. We've got some sort of enemy here with 3 health and will attack for 2 range. We'll activate on the F, and when we defeat it, we'll flip it over. We have that an interact on this card that will flip both this card and the next one when we do the interact. And then we have another ranged enemy up here, 3 health, 2 range. Both of them look like when they get killed, we'll flip the cards over. This is one of the travelers. He looks awesome. He has infinite armor, though. So I can't even touch him. But that's why this is important. So you see how this has the melee symbol here? I believe that means when he attacks, because he will attack with a melee attack, we then flip him. Okay? And he will attack for 3 damage, you guys. And he activates on 3 of the rune symbols. Ugh. Over here, we just have a regular enemy, it looks like. Will flip over upon death, does 2 damage, and has 4 health. And then here's the other traveler. This traveler has 2 different armors, one for 15 and one for 10. And from how I read the rule book, I have to complete the 15 first, and then complete the 10 second. And then when I do, I'll flip this card. That's what this means. And he also hits for 3 damage. Oh, man. He will only activate, though, on 1 symbol, thank goodness. And then we have over here, when the rune stones RBN are revealed in this scene, then I will flip this card. So it seems to me the absolute worst place to start is right here, because you'll get attacked by both of the travelers and this guy and the 2 range guys. So I think I got to decide which of the range guys I want to try and take out first. I think I'm going to go over here, because then only the range guys and this guy can hit us. So we'll put Kratos in the front. We will have Mimir attached to him again, and then we will put Freya behind them. Yeah, we're going to hide in the corner, you guys. Hide in the corner. We've drawn our 7 cards each, and we'll go ahead and have Kratos be first player again. All right, you guys, let's see how we do. This one I've never played. I haven't looked at the back side of the card, so I don't really know what I'm doing. So hopefully we will survive. Kratos isn't going to mess around. He's in the spot so he can attack range on purpose. So we're going to do a ranged attack, boost our rage up to 1, and we're going to do a total of 5 damage. If we roll a 0, 1, or 2, we should be good. Okay, we rolled a 1. Heck yeah. We needed to do 3 damage. We did 4. So we'll flip it over. We found the first runestone. Ooh, now though, if we flip over an X, all heroes will take 1 damage instead of the enemy attacking. But actually that's better because he was going to attack for 2. No, it's not because we have 3 heroes and we're all going to take 1 damage. It's actually worse. Okay, but our first rune has been found. It seems like to me the next logical one to try and take out is this guy or this guy over here. I think I'm going to do this guy and you'll see why. So I'm going to come over here because Mimir has a card where he can let somebody move during their turn. So I think I'm going to have Kratos attack him, maybe kill him, and then we'll have him run over here. Because yeah, right now he's in range of attacking technically 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage right now. This attack is for a total of 1, plus 2 is 3. Then Mimir is going to play +1 to an ally's attack. That's for 4, plus 3 more, 5, 6, 7. So we're attacking to 7 compared to the 4 health that this enemy has. 7 to 4, and we get that wimpy 0. So that means we actually did kill him. Kratos the Beast takes him out. And our reward is we get to advance 1 on our rage track. Looking here, though, when we get this rune symbol, we're actually going to flip this card back over, and he's going to come back out. Oh, that's annoying. So we can't really get rid of him. He'll just keep coming back and back and back. Our second to last thing we're going to do is we're going to spend 2 of the range attack symbols. Not using them for the attack, we're using them for the interact, so we can flip these 2 cards. Flipping them over, actually have nothing on this card, but we did already find our second rune. Nice. So I'm assuming our third rune is probably on this card over here. We're then going to play Mimir's card, which will actually boost his rage up to 1. And we are going to move Mimir and his carrier to an adjacent column. So at least we're going to move here so we don't get attacked by the traveler on the left side. Well, I would say that was pretty good. We have flipped 4 out of the 8 cards already. Okay, so now enemy activation. We're going to have the F enemies activate. We have 2 F enemies, this one up here and this one right here. They are going to attack. This guy, there's nothing here or here, so I'm assuming that means he doesn't attack, which means he doesn't flip. I think he has to attack in order to flip. That's how I'm going to play. This guy, though, will attack the farthest column away, and that actually is Freya. But Freya does have a shield +2, and she can block the full attack. It's now Mimir's turn. We'll flip the enemy activation, because that's all we're going to do, and the X enemies will attack. Well, the 2 X's are one here and one up here. So this X is just saying all heroes take 1 damage, and this enemy, once again, cannot activate. I'm not sure if shields can be used to block and all heroes take 1 damage, but I'm just not going to do it. They'll just all take 1. So Freya knows that she's going to have 3 activations of enemies before she goes again, but I still think we're going to come all the way over here because we're going to try and take this out. If I am right and this has the 3rd rune, then maybe this will do something to help us, or it will hurt us. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. So she's going to try and attack this guy. I mean, attacking him is useless. He has infinite armor. It's not going to do anything. Freya will increase her rage by doing a range attack of 4, and then Mimir will add +1 to an ally's attack. He's going to keep his other modifier just in case, so that's going to make this attack be a total of 5, but he also will increase his rage to 2. As long as I don't roll that 5, we're good. And I rolled the 1, we took him out. Well, I was right. This had the 3rd runestone, which is great, so we'll flip that card over there. We heal 3 damage, though. Man, I only have 1. I should have done that later. You never know. So now that I see the 3 runes, I can flip this card. And all players gain +2 hand limit. Whoa! So we'll have a hand limit of 9 now instead of 7. And the one traveler on the far left can't flip back to the initial side. So his other side, he must be vulnerable. Because right now, he's invulnerable with infinite amount of armor. Okay, cool. So I think we already figured out this puzzle pretty easily. So now what we need to do is let that guy attack us once so he can get flipped over to the other side. He won't flip back, and then we just need to hammer on him. I still don't really know the traveler next to us, though. I've got to get through a lot of armor before I find out what he is. It may be useless to attack, but it's not useless to heal. So we have this. We'll discard a modifier card to heal any one hero by that same amount. So we're going to heal Mimir just so that he doesn't accidentally get killed by those all heroes take 1 damage cards. So yeah, Mimir now has no damage on him. Now though, we have enemy activation. So we have the F enemies activating. Oh boy, you guys. So this enemy here is going to attack Freya for 3 damage, and then he's going to flip. So she's going to take 3. She's got nothing to heal. Then we have all heroes take 1 damage. But for now, each hero will take 1 damage. So that means Mimir has 1, Freya will have 4, and Kratos has 2. But we are now going to be able to flip this card. Whoa, that guy looks totally sweet. Look at this. Only 20 health. He attacks for a range of 2. So now he's not doing melee, he's doing range. Normally, he'd flip back over to his immune side after he does a range attack, but now he can't because we found the RBN stones. Ooh, cool. Our biggest problem here, though, is we are now going to activate enemies again. We'll upgrade, and then it's going to be Mimir's turn, so the enemies are going to activate again. So hopefully Freya gets some shields. Otherwise, she's going to go down fast. Yeah, more F enemies activating. So I reread the rules. I am pretty sure that I can actually defend against these types of damage. So when we have an all heroes takes 1 damage, we're going to have Mimir block his at least for 2. So that just means Freya and Kratos each get hit for 1. Freya's at half health, you guys. Now, though, we have the this traveler over here with the F attacking. He is now attacking range, so he's going to attack Kratos. So Kratos will take 2 more damage. That will put a total of 5 damage out of 10 on him. That's not nearly as bad, though, because he only needs 2 more rage symbols, and he'll be able to heal himself. Here we have our 4 upgrade cards. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this one to Kratos. I'm going to give this one to Mimir, and I'm going to give this one to Freya. Last minute switch, last minute switch. I'm going to do this one for Freya instead. I need her to have a shield. She's at half health. She's got a lot of attack cards already. We'll go ahead and end the round, and the first thing I'm going to do is actually have Mimir move. We're going to have him move to Freya. Hopefully he can help Freya stay alive. So these are the cards I didn't use in hand. We're going to discard and now draw 9. Here's our hands for the next round, which are overly large, especially for solo, but it is what it is. We had 2 of our characters draw their stun cards. When you draw this, you immediately discard it. Now, how you can get rid of status cards is when you purchase cards at the end, when you decide to take one of the upgrade cards, you can choose to take no card and destroy 1 card in your discard pile. But don't forget, from scenario to scenario or scene to scene, those won't last. So I was thinking of doing that, but since I kind of already know what I'm planning on doing, maybe I'll just deal with it. I'm drawing 9 cards, so it'll still get me 8 cards to play with. We are going to move the first player token over to Mimir, and that means more enemy activation. Well, you guys, here's another rulebook call out I'm going to have here. It has hand limit. All players start the game with a hand limit of 7 cards. As the game progresses, the amount of cards a player is allowed to have in a hand is increased or decreased by numerous game effects. A change in the hand limit is tracked by these double-sided hand limit tokens. So my question is, I have no idea if after this scenario, we gained the 2 of those, right, because of that card we flipped over. So then the question becomes, does that mean that we get that for the next one for the boss, or does that get reset? I don't know. I haven't quite figured out what upgrades and what doesn't. I mean, it doesn't say anything in that paragraph that I read to you before about completing quests if these get reset. It talks about removing stun, poison, and shadow crystal cards from the hero's decks. Return all heroes' rage trackers back to 0. It doesn't say anything about your hand size. So I don't know. I'll see what you guys think. That, of course, is assuming I'm going to win this one, which we still don't know. So Mimir is first, so we just have an enemy activation. And, we're going to have the other traveler activate. Kratos is going to get hammered for 3 damage. Ow. We'll take it. That puts him at 8 damage out of 10. He only has 2 health left. And once again, I'm going to be smart, and I'm going to have Freya play it, cancel all damage that any one hero would take for an attack. So we're going to play this. We'll get rid of that 3 damage, and she'll move up to her rage track number 2. Moving to Freya's turn, Mimir will go ahead and play all players draw one card. So that will give Kratos another attack. Nice. That will give Mimir a +4 that cannot be used with other modifiers, and it'll give Freya another melee attack. Nice. Freya's going to attack that traveler that's right in front of her that has 20 health. She was going to do a melee attack that'll boost her rage up to 3. And the attack is for a total of 1 + 4 is 5. Then Mimir is going to play in the next attack of an ally this round. The result of the enemy die is added to the ally's attack. And that's going to boost his rage up to 3. And then he's also going to just play this card, which will add +2 to an ally if they're in your column, which they are. So just to make sure we've got our numbers right, that's 2 + 4 is 6, + 1 is 7, and then whatever we roll on the die, we'll add to that. 7 + 1, 8. So we just did 8 out of the 20 damage. We'll place that damage right here. Nice. We're then going to have Mimir play this card. He is going to increase his rage to 4, and we'll discard this +2 card so that the same number of players can draw 1 card each. So we're going to have Kratos draw 1, and he gets his stun. Oh, that just goes to his discard pile. And Freya will draw 1 card, and she gets, something to heal. That's kind of nice. Just because we're hurting and we had 5 damage on ourselves, we are now going to play that. We'll increase our rage to 4, and we'll heal by 2. So now we only have 3 damage. This is not going to be a strong attack, but I really just want to keep increasing her rage. We'll do a ranged attack for 1 against that traveler, and our rage will go up to 5 out of 6. We'll give the shield die a roll. Oh, a 0. So we did 1 whopping point of damage. So he has 9 damage. He only has 11 health left. Enemy activation time. So we'll flip this top one. Ooh, this card looks awesome. Look at all the different potential abilities. Cool. But this fish symbol will activate. First thing that'll happen is this enemy is going to flip back over. And then this guy is going to attack Kratos for 2. And Kratos is going to laugh because he has 2 shields, and he's going to block it and deal damage equal to the amount that he's blocked to the enemy. So he just did 2 more points of damage to this traveler. Moving to Kratos' turn, let's go ahead and come into here. We'll go in front of Freya. We got this. We'll come in front of Freya, and then we're going to try and hammer on this guy. Before we do this, though, we'll draw 2 cards. So we get a +2 and a shield +2. Kratos' first attack will be a measly 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 straight damage. Now, this card says after using it, remove it from your deck until the next quest. So I'll have to take it out, but totally a good time to use it. This also means we'll push our rage to 4 out of 5. 10 damage minus 2 is 8 damage. I think I needed 9 to defeat him. Yep, I confirmed it. 8 damage puts him at 19 health. We needed 1 more. We'll go ahead and play these 3 cards. We're going to use this one, which is our melee attack for +2. That pushes up our rage to 5 out of 5. We're going to do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total damage. Even if he rolls a 5, so I'm just going to roll right here. Even if he rolls a 5, which he rolled a 0, I would still kill him with that. So that takes out that enemy. We are now halfway to completing this quest. Now, from what I understand, I place this token on him, and he will not activate like normal, because I don't get rid of the card because then the art doesn't look complete. We now have to activate enemies, and we have the Y enemy activating, which is great because that is that one traveler. He's not going to do anything. He can't attack any of us. We're not within range. So then we'll flip this again. Sweet. He doesn't activate again. Awesome. Just so you guys don't think I'm crazy, here's that Y symbol. He would attack these 3 spaces. We're all the way over here. Yeah, but he is getting ready to hit us hard. We have to get through 15 and then 10 and then who knows what, because then we'll flip him. I have no idea what's on the other side. Wow, you guys, there's lots of different options here. So many choices. So I think I've got to give this to Kratos. Play a single plus value, doubling its value. Next scene, because I do feel like I'm going to get there. If I get to that next scene, I've got that +6. That would do 12 points of damage. And on a boss, totally worth it. So I'm going to have Kratos take that one. I think I'm going to have Mimir actually take just the defense, because we don't have any purple cards, and he can use the defense. He can also use this just as a +2. And then this just gives so many options, but I love the range with an automatic doing damage for Freya. So we're going to do Freya, Kratos, and Mimir. And you guys, I missed playing one card. Will you let me play it? I'm going to play discard cards. I'm going to discard the +4 to heal Mimir and the carrier the same amount. So that's going to heal Freya up so she's fully healed and Mimir is fully healed. From that, we'll go ahead and discard our hands, and we will draw back up to 7 + 2, 9. Here's our draws for the next round. Both Mimir and Kratos will have to discard their status cards. Let's jump in and take on that last traveler. I forgot to show you, but it is moved now to Freya being the first player. So we're going to have Freya go, but of course Mimir is going to play his card first. All players draw one card. So Kratos will draw another shield. We'll have Mimir drawing a +3. Ooh. And we'll have Freya draw a +4. We'll have Freya with Mimir attached come right over here to where this traveler is. Let's see how much damage we can do. We have to do the 15 damage first, followed by the 10, and then we get to flip the card. Freya's going to play her ranged attack of +2, adding 4, so that's a total of 6. That's also going to push her rage all the way up to 6. So she's immediately going to use that, and she's actually going to give herself the Freya token. I think I'm going to have her stay in the front because Kratos has 5 damage on him, and right now you could potentially take 5 damage from the 2 enemies that can attack that spot. So yeah, let's keep her safe, or keep Kratos safe, honestly. So that is attack of 6. Then Mimir is going to go ahead and play this card. He's already full raged up. On his turn, he can activate his ability. We'll do +1 to an ally's attack, so that's 7 plus 3 more because he can discard one of these to add to it. That's 10. So we're attacking for 10 damage. 10 minus 2. So we just did 8 damage to that armor. We'll then go ahead and do another attack. So this will push our rage back up to 1, and we'll add 3, 6, 7, 8. Then we'll add Mimir for a 9 and 10, 11. So we're attacking for 11. That might be too much, but we're going to do it. We're attacking for 11. We've already done 8 damage to the armor. Let's see if we can get through 15. 11 minus 2 is 9. That is more than enough to get through the 15 damage. And I mean 15 armor. So I'll go ahead and just place this here just to track that I've destroyed that armor. Now we're going to have to do 10 damage to the next set of armor. Unfortunately, she's starting to run out of cards. So she'll end her turn. And we're going to have the F enemies activate, which is actually just all heroes taking 1 damage. So we'll all soak that. Mimir will take 1. He has 3 out of the 4 health left. Freya will have 7 out of the 8 health left. And Kratos will have 4 out of the 10 health left. Kratos will come over here and he will stand behind Freya. And he will now attack the Traveler. We'll go ahead and use this up. We're going to heal 3 damage, so we only have 3 damage on us now instead of 6, and we will add +3 to our next attack. We'll play these 2 cards, increasing our rage to 1 out of 5, and this is going to be doubled, so we have our 3 that we started with because of our ability, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is an attack for 7. 7 minus 1, so we just did 6 damage to the armor. We'll play these cards next with a +2, 3, 4, 5 total additional attack. We are pushing up our rage to 2. Let's see if we can take it out. If we roll a 0 or a 1, we will be flipping that card. And we rolled a 0. Awesome. Let's flip it. This Traveler will turn from this into this. Wow, he looks kind of cool. But all we've got to do is 15 damage. We can do that in a round. He is going to hit for 3. And now we're going to have enemies activate 2 times in a row. Ooh. 2 times? No, 3 times. Because after Kratos' turn, after Mimir's turn, and the extra activation. Yeah, so it's been all fun and games until now. Because we've got 5 points of damage potentially coming to that spot. And we've got, okay, this is just going to do 3 points of damage to Freya. Because this symbol is for that Traveler. But what she's going to do is play this card, cancel all damage that any one hero would take from an attack, and she pushed her rage up to 2. So that feels good. Okay, that's our first one. Then our next one from Mimir, we have, the same enemy attacking. He's attacking for 3. Mimir is connected with Freya, so he will play these 2. I should probably show you that number. There you go. And he's blocking all 3 damage. Awesome. Okay, now we've got our third card. Okay, this is that other guy who's next to them, he's going to attack for 2. That fish symbol activates this guy. He attacks for 2 in this area, but Mimir has a +2 in his hand and shield, so he will block that attack. No one took damage from that. Awesome. So looking here, here's our 4 upgrade cards. We've got to give this to Mimir. It's just great for him. The +4, oh man, it could go to either Freya or Kratos. I think I might give this one to Kratos this time, and I will give the doubling now to Freya. We'll end the turn by discarding our cards. We kind of had a lot left over, but it is what it is. And then we'll draw 9. Here are our hands, and you guys, I think we're ready to win this scenario. We'll start off with Kratos. Should we see if we can one-shot this Traveler? Okay, first thing we're going to have is Mimir is going to play his all players draw 1 card. So Kratos will draw this. We've got Mimir drawing this card. Oh, shields. And Freya drawing this card. Okay, oh, some healing. Then we're going to have Kratos play his draw 2 cards, and he's going to draw both of these. Awesome. We're going to have Kratos power up his ability a little bit, get a +2 melee attack, add +3 for 5, +3 for 8, +1 for 9, +1 for 10, +2 for 12, +4 for 16. Then Mimir will add +2 for 17, 18, another +2 for 19, 20, a +1 here for 21, and a +1 here for 25 damage. All right, I think even if I roll a 5, I mean, it doesn't even matter what I roll here. I rolled a 0. Okay, a 0, I think we just took out the Traveler. This means we get to remove these stun status cards from our deck, and now we get to choose which boss we want to take on. So here we have the 3 boss cards that I randomly chose. Remember that there are 4 total, so every time you play, you might have a different set of 3. We have Baldur's Forgiveness, Magni and Modi, and Herzetlar. I'm going to read you each one, and then you guys let me know in the comments below which one you'd like to see. And when I'm recording at that time, I'll count up the comments, and depending on which one wins, that's the one I'll go against. So we have Baldur's Forgiveness. Only fools eschew prophecy. The moment Baldur is killed, Ragnarok is triggered. Abating Baldur's anger could prevent this tragedy. Magni and Modi is... Sons of Thor, living in their father's titanic shadow, Magni and Modi forever seek to measure up to him. The Norns see that a desperate Modi is wielding a legendary hammer in hope of stopping the party and impressing his father. Now is the perfect opportunity to claim the Malhir and survive Ragnarok. And finally, Herzetlar. Brook and Sindiri could make good use of such a mystic creature as Herzetlar. Not alive, of course. Perhaps the key to surviving Ragnarok and defeating Odin lies in weapons, armor, and upgrades from the dragon's bones and hide. Okay, guys, let me know which one you'd like to see, and as always, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you at the next stop.